Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today is Monday and honestly it's a beautiful day to dive into some absolute soap opera chaos. Let's just jump right into the madness that is The Bold and the Beautiful because my head is still spinning from this episode. So let's talk about Will and Dylan first. We all remember back in April when Dylan packed her bags and literally moved out of the beach house, right? She did that whole noble, heartbreaking speech about not wanting to compete with Elektra. She told Will to go fix his relationship and repair the damage Ivy caused. And what does Will do? He apparently just stews for a bit and then completely caves. Because today, we start the episode with Will and Dylan waking up together. And yes, you guys, they finally crossed that line. They are officially out of the friend zone. But let's be real for a second about how this show handles things. The show gave us that classic soap opera morning after where they are still wearing most of their clothes. It's honestly so funny to me how they do that. Like, we know they took things to the next level. We know Will finally surrendered to Dylan's kisses last night, and he literally carried her to the sofa in this big, passionate moment. But then they wake up and they look like they just took a nap after a heavy lunch in their regular clothes. Okay, maybe I'm being too harsh, but you get what I mean. The passion was definitely there, but the wardrobe department was like, nope, keep the shirts on. But honestly, what does this actually mean for them? They are definitely not just roommates or buddies anymore. Will has been through so much lately. Remember that massive physical scuffle he had with RJ back at the office? Will was defending the Spencer name, fighting over Elektra, and just letting his anger completely control him. But Dylan? Dylan is a former school teacher. She's grounded. She doesn't have that toxic Forrester Spencer baggage that everyone else carries around. When she left the beach house, she did it with so much grace. And I think Will finally realized that he let a good thing go. So last night, when he finally surrendered to those kisses, it felt earned. It felt like he was finally choosing peace over drama. But of course, the universe can't just let them have a quiet morning. Because who shows up? Wyatt. Oh my gosh, you guys. Wyatt walking into the beach house and immediately sniffing out the drama is exactly what we needed today. Wyatt is just the best at this. He takes one look at the situation and immediately starts firing off questions about Will's love life. He realizes his brother has a new woman in his house and he is not going to let Will off the hook easily. I love Wyatt being the nosy older brother. We desperately need more of that energy on this show. I wonder if Wyatt is going to tell Bill? Can you imagine Bill Spencer's reaction to Will dating Dylan instead of a high-fashion designer? Honestly, Bill would probably just be happy Will isn't fighting with RJ anymore. While Will is getting interrogated by Wyatt, Elektra is somewhere else completely losing her mind. So Elektra somehow gets the news that Dylan went home with Will. And she is freaking out. She is sitting there wondering exactly how far their comforting went, which is just hilarious to me. Let's remember that Elektra has been making eyes at RJ Forrester this whole time. RJ has been kissing her hands and telling her she's a genius, and she was eating it up. But now she's suddenly playing the betrayed victim because Will moved on with the girl who actually likes him. Make it make sense. But that's the thing about Elektra, she was mentored by Ivy Forrester. And Ivy is the absolute queen of manipulation. So maybe Elektra learned a thing or two about wanting to control people. She wants Will pining for her while she explores things with RJ. And now that Will has moved on with Dylan, Elektra's ego is bruised. Wait, maybe I'm being unfair. Maybe Elektra actually did love him and is just hurt. I don't know, it's confusing. But whatever. Elektra and Will are going to continue clashing in the meantime, and honestly, I am here for the mess. Okay, let's switch gears, because the real meat of the episode was the corporate drama. And wow, did things escalate. So, remember back a few episodes ago when Liam was begging Hope to leave Forrester Creations? He was practically screaming at her to go work for Katie at Logan, and Hope was like, "No, I'm staying. I'm going to fight for Hope for the future, and my mom is going to be co-CEO." Well, clearly that master plan blew up in her face. Because guess where Hope is today? She is at Logan. She actually did it. She jumped ship. Katie finally convinced her. And not only that, but Katie also brought Deke over to Logan. I know, Deke was working at Il Giardino, pouring drinks and avoiding his ex Remy, but apparently Katie saw some potential there and recruited him to collaborate with Hope. Or maybe they just needed a friendly face in the building. Either way, Hope is at Logan, she has a supportive team, and she is already working on her next collection. She looks happy. She looks relieved. But of course, Steffi Forrester Finnegan cannot let anyone be happy for even 5 minutes. So Steffi actually leaves her own office at Forrester Creations, drives all the way over to Logan just to harass Hope. What is she even doing? Does Steffi not have a massive international fashion company to run? She marches in there with a massive bone to pick. The situation between the Spencers and the Forresters is more tense than ever right now, and Steffi has decided that Hope is the main reason for all of it. Steffi just goes off. She starts yelling at Hope for abandoning Hope for the future. She is furious. She's acting like Hope committed this massive, unforgivable betrayal. But let's look at the actual facts here. Steffi is the one who put Hope for the future on pause. She literally benched Hope's line. And now she's mad that Hope didn't just sit around in the basement waiting for scraps? It's peak Steffi hypocrisy. What were they thinking with this dialogue? And Hope, bless her, does not back down. She stands her ground. She tells Steffi straight up that Steffi never gave her a stable fashion line. Steffi never supported her. Steffi was always looking for a reason to cut her funding or pause her line just to be spiteful. And Hope is totally right. Why should she stay somewhere where she is constantly disrespected? For years, Steffi has used Hope for the future as a way to control Hope. Hope finally took her power back. Now she has Katie backing her up. She has Deke. She has a whole team at Logan who actually wants her there. She is not going to let Steffi ruin her vibe. But then Steffi does what she always does when she's losing an argument. She hits below the belt. She brings up Brooke. Steffi knows exactly where to slide the knife. She brings up how much Hope hurt Brooke with her actions. And let's be honest, Brooke is probably devastated. Brooke literally offered herself up to Ridge, trying to manipulate him into giving her Steffi's job, all to save Hope's place at Forrester. Brooke went to war for her daughter. And then Hope just leaves and joins Katie? Katie, who Brooke has been fighting a massive corporate battle with for months. Yeah, that is a massive slap in the face to Brooke. And Steffi knows this, so she throws it in Hope's face. She wants Hope to feel terrible. She wants Hope to doubt her decision. And you can see that it works a little bit. Hope clearly feels the guilt. You could see it on her face. She feels guilty about that part for hurting her mom. But even with that guilt weighing on her, Hope stays strong. She firmly stands against Steffi and argues that she was treated terribly at Forrester and she had to leave for her own sanity. The whole confrontation is just incredibly tense. It feels like this feud is only going to get worse. Honestly, I've been covering this show for a while, and sometimes I just sit back and stare at my screen and wonder what the writers are actually planning. Who actually believes this is going to end well? No one. Literally no one. We are just strapping in for the ride at this point. What is Brooke going to do when she finds out Steffi went to harass her daughter? What is Ridge going to do? This whole family is about to explode, and I am just sitting here typing as fast as I can to keep up with it all. I'm going to need a lot more coffee to get through the rest of this week's episodes, let me tell you. It's exhausting, but I'll be right here tomorrow to break it all down for you guys. Because despite how frustrating these characters can be, we just can't look away, can we? Anyway, let me know what you guys think about Hope's big move. Was she right to leave? Is Steffi completely out of line? Let's talk about it.
What do you guys think about today's drama? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for your daily dose of bold and beautiful news. See you in the next video.